Hello students, good morning. Today we will learn class 7 science chapter 17 forest our lifeline. आज हम लोग क्लास 7 साइंस का चैप्टर 17 पढ़ेंगे. कौन सा? फॉरेस्ट हमारी लाइफ लाइन कैसे. फर्स्ट वी विल लर्न व्हाट इज द फॉरेस्ट. फॉरेस्ट क्या है? A forest is an area or a part of the land that is covered with trees and a wide variety of the plants. Not only this, forests form a complete ecosystem that includes various living organisms such as the trees, shrubs, plants, microorganisms, wild animals, and birds. They also include non-living or the abiotic factors such as the sunlight, air, nutrients, water, and rocks. These are different kinds of the forest present on the earth depending upon the geographical and climatic conditions of a particular region. Means climatic conditions और particular region के area के according बहुत सारे different kinds की forest available है on this earth. Forests serve various purposes for the human being as well as nature. Hence, they are an important resource. Forest एक various serve क्या करता है? Various purposes for the human being as well as the nature. इसलिए उसको important natural resource कहा जाता है. Right? Now next is the forests are the home of the numerous of the plant species. Right? फॉरेस्ट जो है वो बहुत प्लांट स्पीसीज का एक होम है. There are the different kinds of the trees found on the forest such as the neem, bamboo, shisham, fig, sal, amla and teak. Among the trees there are the different herbs, shrubs, climbers, creepers, grasses and plants that are found in the forest. These plants serve various purposes for the environment as well as the human beings. The forests grow by themselves. There is no need to plant trees in the forest as the forest provides favorable environmental conditions to plants so that they can germinate and grow on their own. Forest को हमें उगाना नहीं पड़ता. यहाँ फॉरेस्ट हमें क्यों? क्योंकि वो अपने फेवरेबल कंडीशंस में अपने आप ही वहाँ ट्रीज का जर्मिनेशन हो जाता है. Now here you can see what is the canopy ground. Stratifications in the forest. Stratifications is defined as the dividing a natural habitat into the several layers depending upon the heights of the plants or the vegetations of that area. This allows the minimizations of the competitions among the animals and allow them to survive easily. The number of the layers of a forest as depends upon the climate, temperature, availability of the light, type of the soils and rainfall. Generally, the trees of the forest are divided into the following sections. The forest floor, it comprises the shade leaves, stems, bark and the top layer of the soil. The herb layer, it consists of the plants without body and stem. These grow above the ground such as the grasses. They are usually less in number in the forest. Then the shrub layer, it consists of the plants small to the medium size. The layer requires the most sunlight. Then the understory, it consists the plant. They grow above the forest floor but lower than the canopy. They require the less amount of the light in order to grow. Next is the canopy. It consists of the tree crowns. It always exposed to the sunlight. And last is the emergent layer. It consists of the topmost layer of the trees. It is generally found in the tropical forest. Right here you can see 4 layers. That is the underneath, understory, then canopy and emergent. Right? Okay. Now next is the forests are a habitat of the many kinds of the animals. Forests provide the favorable environmental conditions, food and shelter to a variety of the wild animals, insects and the microorganisms. The trees of the forest act as the shelter while the variety of the plants and animals are their food. Forests are a home to the variety of the insects and microorganisms because the soil of the forest is highly fertile and therefore it provides the favorable living conditions such as the water and the nutrients to this organism. Forests also support different food chain because of a complex biodiversity in this forest. Different organisms present on the earth are dependent on each other. For instance, herbivores feed on the plants and the carnivores depend upon the herbivores. The chain of the organism being dependent on each other for their food is called the food chain. Here you can see, right? Okay. Now, what is the humus? It is a dark color substance found in the soil. Humus is the made from the dead and decaying organism. The microorganisms live upon the decaying matter and convert into a humus. Now, what is the decomposer? Animals that feed on the dead and decaying plants and animals and convert them into the humus are called the decomposer. Okay, here you can see food chain, right? Here you can see plants as the producer, then herbivore, that is the primary consumer, then omnivores, that is the secondary consumer, carnivore, that is the tertiary consumer, and then that is the decomposers, and that decompose and return nutrients back to the soil. Okay. How nutrients are recycled in the forest, right? Nutrients recycle कैसे होते हैं forest में? The nutrients present in the soil are used by the plants, insects, and microorganisms. When they die, their remains are turned into the organic matter by the decomposer. This keeps the soil fertile in the forest and recycle the nutrients. Means nutrients जो soil में होते हैं, right? वो प्लांट्स, इंसेक्ट्स, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म लेते हैं. जब ये एनिमल्स या प्लांट्स मर जाते हैं तो वो जमीन के अंदर वापस डिकम्पोज हो जाते हैं, राइट? टर्न इनटू द ऑर्गेनिक मैटर में डिकम्पोजर इसको डिकम्पोज कर देते हैं और वापस सॉइल जो होते हैं वो फर्टाइल होके वापस फॉरेस्ट को मिल जाते हैं. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई फॉरेस्ट आर कॉल्ड द ग्रीन लंग्स. फॉरेस्ट को ग्रीन लंग्स क्यों कहा जाता है? We know that the plants take up carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Hence, the plants in the forest provide oxygen to the animals and their animals provide carbon dioxide to the plants. In this way, a balance of the oxygen and carbon dioxide is maintained in the atmosphere in forest. This is a reason why forests are called the green lungs. Next question is, do people live in the forest? क्या हम लोग फॉरेस्ट में रह सकते हैं? यस, द आंसर इज यस. द पीपल फ्रॉम द डिफरेंट ट्राइब्स लिव इन द फॉरेस्ट. These people are dependent upon the forest for food, water, shelter, and medicines. Next question is, why forests are called the dynamic living entity? Forests are called the dynamic and living entity because all the organisms, whether they are plants or animals, depend on each other and help each other to survive in the forest. The herbivores are dependent on the plants for their food. The carnivores are dependent on the herbivores. The decaying matter of the dead animals, plants, and etc. enables the growth of the more plants by providing them with the adequate nutrients to grow. The decomposers decay the dead matter in the forest and support the growth of the plants. Hence, forests are called dynamic and living entities. Now, next topic is how forests prevent floods and the soil erosions. Forests act as a natural absorber and allow the rainwater to seep into the earth. As a result, the water table of the area near the forest is high. The forest controls the flow of water and prevent floods. This is because the plants and the trees prevent the rainwater from directly flowing away. In this way, forests allow a regulated supply of the water to the nearby streams. Also, the roots of the plants bind the soil and prevent heavy rainfall always from flowing it away. Hence, they also prevent the soil erosion. Right? Now, the forest prevent the soil erosion. Right? Now next topic is how forests prevent the pollution. Firstly, forests are a rich source of the oxygen, hence the air in and around the forest is always fresh and clean. Forests prevent strong winds or the dust storm from the flowing in the area. The areas surrounding the forest generally have a cool climate and receive a good amount of the rainfall. The forest also absorb loud sounds of the vehicles on the highways nearby and hence prevent the noise pollution in the areas around the forest. Right? Here you can see the how forests prevent the pollutions. Right? The roots, leaves, and trunks provide the habitat for the birds, mammals, and insects. Roots stabilize the soil, prevent the soil erosion. Then leaves, branches absorb sound, then block the rainfall. Leaves also filter the pollutant from the air. Leaves also cool the air through the evapotranspirations, and leaves also provide the shade and reduce the wind speed. Okay. Now next is the how forests preserve the water cycle. We know that the plants get rid of the excess water through the process of the transpirations. In this process, the water is released as water vapor in the atmosphere. Hence, forests increase the water vapor content in the atmosphere. This water vapor condenses and forms clouds which lead to the increased rainfalls in the area. This rainwater gets into the ground and increases the underground water levels. Hence, forests preserve the water cycle. Okay? Here you can see water table, right? Forest preserves. Then the root systems has water to seep down in the ground, right? Then the close canopy and the many layers of the vegetation slow down the speed of the raindrops. Then transpiration and evaporation through the leaves, rain, here you can see. And cover the ground with the decaying material acts like a sponge. Okay. Now, signification of the forest. Forests are a natural habitat of the wide variety of animals and the plants. They help in regulating the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. They prevent the global warming by keeping the air clean, and as they take in all the carbon dioxide, they regulate the water cycle on the earth. They prevent air, water, land, and noise pollutant in the same some or the other way. They are a rich source of the different products that are used by the human beings, like the fruits, vegetables, wood, raw materials for different industries like the paper, woods, etc., medical products, then latex, gum, resins, honey, wax, spices, oils, bonds, and the fur. Okay, here you can see this all variety we can get from the forest. Now, what is the afforestation? The process of planting trees in unproductive area and thereby increases the forested land on the earth is called the deforestation. Afforestation helps in increasing the forest land and thus helps in improving the environment on the earth. It also leads to the several benefits that a forest provides us. Now, what is the deforestation? Demolishing the forest on a large scale is called the deforestation. Human beings undergo this process in order to find more space for extending their habitats. However, this leads to the several ill effects such as many animals and plants lose their natural habitat, being unable to find a suitable environment to live. They may die or become the extinct eventually. Hence, deforestation results in the loss of the biodiversity. It will lead to the changes in the climate. Without any trees, the water cycle gets disturbed and the soil dries up. It will lead to the increased air pollution, as trees are the ones that can absorb the greenhouse gases such as the carbon dioxide and increase the oxygen content in the atmosphere. It can lead to the increased floods as the trees will no longer be there to regulate a steady flow of the water. राइट, तो डिफॉरेस्टेशन से इतने सारे नुकसान हमें हो सकता है, इसीलिए फॉरेस्ट को हमारा एक नेचुरल रिसोर्स कहा जाता है. राइट, दे आर द लाइफ लाइन फॉर अस. वी शुड प्लांट मोर एंड मोर ट्रीज एंड कंजर्व अवर फॉरेस्ट. थैंक यू. हैव ए नाइस डे. थैंक यू.